Hi, I'm Emma. I haven't been on YouTube for a while. I tend to be over on Instagram. But I was just thinking on my journey in, I was a mobile hairdresser for many years, probably 30 years. And I did love my job, but I was always looking out for what the Americans would call a salon suite. So an area that I've got now, if you see my previous video, I've actually rented a salon suite. So I love it. And I was thinking about why I prefer being in a salon suite and why I wanted to be in a salon suite, although I loved being a mobile hairdresser at the time. So if you're thinking about making the switch from going mobile to renting a space, let me tell you the things that I found have made it better. But it's not to say that mobile or renting a space is better, it's just my findings. Right, so number one I would say is lighting. The fact that you can have lighting as you want it, because sometimes, especially if you're doing, I don't know, white hair with white skin and you're somewhere where they've only got some downlighters, or you're in a room with very little natural daylight, it can be really hard, same with dark skin and dark hair, where there's no contrast or very little contrast, it's really hard to see, whereas when you've got your own setup, you can set your lights up accordingly. Granted, if you're renting a space, they have to be portable, and I have portable lighting. I haven't had major fixtures put in, but as I still do a few mobile work, because some people can't drive, or I've done their hair for years and it's just not possible for them to get in, or maybe disabled, as I have quite a steep staircase here. I'm on the first floor in this building. I do find, lighting is just such a bonus for me being here. I realise that when I go back and I do some mobile work and the lighting's not so good. But that saying that, I could take a portable light with me, but I feel how intrusive is that to do that. Another thing I love is having my salon trolley. You can't see it, I'm doing some swatches here at the moment. That's why I thought I'd quickly record this while I've got 5 minutes. Positioning. When you have your trolley, you've got everything at the level you want it, waist height or whatever height you've got. I have got a mobile trolley that I do use, but that's the Siebel roller coaster trolley. Again, I've got a video on that because that made a big difference, because you find sometimes you're doing colour and you're not doing it in a place, either their workspace, like their kitchen, might be a bit untidy and you're a bit worried about splashes, or just having the room to mix up can sometimes be a bit difficult. But having a trolley, you're not sort of like doing those weird yoga poses or worried that it's going to fall over. You've got a lovely sturdy trolley to work from, and that was another big bonus when I got my workspace rather than working in someone's home. Another thing for me, especially as I'm a more mature hairdresser, is the fact that carrying everything in and out of the car. Now there are different ways, there are holdalls, there are trolleys. I often see on the forums people saying, oh, what's the best way to carry your stuff around? I did find the Siebel roller coaster trolley excellent, so I've got a video on that and I did find that great, but it is quite heavy when you've got your stock inside it, so, and your equipment, so you're lugging it in and out of the car, and that can get quite wearing. And of course, if the weather's not great, you're getting wet a lot of the time, and so is your equipment. And then what put me off having a trolley for a long time when I was mobile was running it along outside where it's wet, then going inside someone's house. You can rub it on the doormat, but I ended up carrying it until I was going into, say, the kitchen where there was a lino flooring, so I didn't have to worry. So yeah, having all my stock in one place. Oh, there's my timer for my swatches. It's just brilliant, just having all my stock here, so whatever I need, I've got it with me, rather than all that I can carry in my boot or in my trunk. Right, I've just got to do my swatch. Right, my swatches are rinsed off now. So the next thing I was going to say about, also, got my notes here, is duplicate tools, because I thought on the odd days, I try to stick to 1 day a week, whereas if I need to fit in mobiles, I'll keep that day more free. So if you're out for the day, or that part of the day, rather than going from the salon out to mobile, then coming back to the salon. But also I found what was difficult was remembering my tools. It was kind of like a brain strain to think, did I pick up my clippers from the salon? So I have duplicated a lot of tools, which again adds more expense. I mean, you do have to kit out your salon, sure, but I mean, I used, Facebook Marketplace to get my basin, which I'm really happy with, and my salon chair. You don't have to start from new. But yeah, duplicating tools. It did get quite expensive in the end, because it was just to save my brain from remembering what I've got to take with me or what I've got at the salon when I should have it in the car. Obviously not so much of a problem as if you're in the salon and you've left it in the car, that's a lot easier. So yeah, duplicate tools, think about that. Although I do have a mentor, a business mentor, helping with calculating my prices. And she suggested not doing mobile anymore, but I've been doing this job now for 40 years. And after 40 years, you get quite a rapport with people. And I know it's not to do with the heart, it's to do with the head and being business minded. But these have kept my business afloat from my early years. So I'm not just going to ignore them because they're not able to get to the salon or they're not able to get up the stairs. So for me, I still want to have duplicate tools and just have certain days where I go out to still see my mobile clients. The next one when you're mobile is your car. Now, I did have the mentor to help me to work out how my prices would compare because I'm used to doing my prices via my petrol and my car costs. Now, that worked out okay, that was all right to do, but the thing was also, what I always used to fear about is if my car broke down, how am I going to get to work? And then my car might not be able to get fixed in one day, it might take 3 days, then you've got 3 days where you're not working. And not only have you got 3 days you're not working, you've got no income and you're going to have a big bill for your car possibly. But also the fact that you're probably booked up, so how are you going to fit these people in? And so it bounces on. So having some space, now that fear if my car breaks down, I just have one journey here to get here. Obviously, if it's a mobile day, that will be a bit more awkward, but they're people I've done for years, so they would understand. But it has taken that fear about worrying if my car is not working. And you've got to think of the cost. I mean, the cost, you can't cost a lot of money for it to run and all the rest of it. And if you're just doing one journey to your workplace and then one back home again, you are just saving a lot of money on that when you're thinking about renting a space. But also you do your pricing calculator so you can work out how much you're spending and you add that into the cost of your salon service. It's all part of it, not just your product, it's your time and everything that goes into it, your insurance, all of it. One thing though I do miss when I'm mobile, I have to admit, is you usually get sort of like a 20-minute break in between when you're in the car and you can have your music on and you can eat. I'm not very good at assigning time, and also obviously appointments overrun and things like that. I'm not brilliant at booking out time to get myself to have something to eat, but I do miss that from being mobile. But so this was just a little chat just to say my thoughts on going from mobile to now working in salon. I've been here just over 2 years now and I absolutely love it. It's a building where we have lots of studios and we're all working on our own, we're all self-employed, we're all freelance, we can come and go as we please. So I've still got colleagues around me, which is brilliant, but I'm still working one-to-one, which is what I enjoy doing. So I hope this chat is useful to you. If you're thinking of going from mobile to renting, if you've got any questions, please put them down below and please come and see me on Instagram because I post on there several times a week and I'll answer your questions if you have any. Thanks for watching.